Eberechi enters Liverpool's transfer list. Liverpool are watching closely the situation of Crystal Palace midfielder Eberechi this summer. Sporting director Jürgen is seriously considering the summer transfer offer. According to recent reports, Jürgen Klopp's team plans to check out the 24-year-old this summer as they plan to restructure their midfield following the departures of James Milner, Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Other Premier League teams Chelsea, Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur are said to be interested in the English player. The Eagles are said to be willing to talk business for around €30 million. A cheerful midfielder with dazzling abilities, will be a stellar addition to the Anfield ranks. With only 2 years left on his current deal, his club may try to secure maximum value in haste. Given that Liverpool's problems throughout the 2022-2023 campaign stemmed from the stagnation of a drained midfield and a widespread loss of faith, it might be a good move to sign a progressive threat at ease, who ended the term at the crest of a wave. Hailed as magical by former Palace teammate Christian Benteke, he scored 10 goals and provided 4 assists in the Premier League last season. Indeed, the work has finally come to fruition and he has looted 6 goals from his last 9 games. The boxy bravado and strength of the British single-cover star, who has recently made his international debut, has given him the opportunity to compare him to Vega, who has been in shining form in La Liga this season. He can be seen as an excellent alternative to Celta Vigo contender Gabri Vega, who has scored 11 goals and provided 4 assists this season and is considering paying Liverpool's €40 million release clause. Such similar flashbacks do indeed stand out among the aforementioned duo. But a deeper dive into his styles reveals that he can produce anything Vega can, and the 21-year-old Spaniard has been called a great talent by journalist Josh Bunting. According to FBref, he was among the top 1% of midfielders in non-penalty goals scored in Europe's top 5 leagues last year. It also ranks in the top 6% for shot creation actions, the top 16% for progressive carries, and the top 1% for successful transfers per game. By comparison, Vega is among the top 1% for non-penalty goal rate, top 24% for shot creation actions, and top 12% for progressive carry and successful moves per game. The 24-year-old Eagle looks like a really worthy alternative to the Vega. Klopp must now conduct a careful transfer policy as he charts the best path to success at Merseyside. The two clubs are preparing tempting offers, as Liverpool star Klopp's shock exit takes shape as he can no longer trust them. Liverpool have decided to consider offers from 2 clubs for a veteran star that Jürgen Klopp can no longer trust, according to a report. The midfield is the field that will make the most headlines at Anfield this summer. Arthur Melo returned to Juventus after the Reds did not choose to activate the buy option on the Brazilian's loan deal. On the other hand, James Milner, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Naby Keita left as free agents. While Milner has agreed to join Brighton, Keita has already been announced at Werder Bremen. However, according to a report, the separations are not over. According to the information transferred, Thiago Alcantara may also be a part of the midfield exit. Thiago, 32, is attracting the attention of 2 clubs in Saudi Arabia that have sworn to recruit the big stars in the market. The identity of the duo is not disclosed, but the proposal appears to come from the quartet of Al Hilal, Al Nasr, Al Ahly and Al Ittihad. These are the 4 clubs that were recently taken over by the Public Investment Fund. The thriving Saudi Pro League has proven to be a viable escape route for many Premier League stars this summer. Moreover, the riches on offer also appeal to clubs hoping to monetize players they would otherwise have trouble replacing. Chelsea, for example, is set to raise between €30 million and €32 million for Khalidou Koulibaly, who turns 25 on Tuesday. The centre-back's high salary and poor first season in England was unlikely to generate strong interest in Europe. But a move to Al Hilal is currently shaping up to cause Chelsea relief. Thiago has 1 year left on his Liverpool contract and has always performed to a high standard while playing. However, his outings last season were frustratingly underwhelming and injuries began to ruin the later years of his career. Indeed, Thiago missed 118 days last term due to hamstring and hip issues. While the signing of Alexis Mac Allister and the addition of 2 more midfield additions are expected, Thiago's regular start time is already under a cloud when in form. Therefore, Liverpool may consider bids for Thiago if Saudi speculation results in official bids. For an injury-prone 32-year-old player, the chance to make up for a fee doesn't come that often. Considering that Liverpool are also putting money from Thiago into the transfer budget, it could indeed be a good deal this summer. Federico Chiesa could be Klopp's own Kvaratskhelia. According to reports from Italy, Liverpool's target Federico Chiesa has been placed on the transfer market and Juventus are trying to win back funds after only qualifying for the European Conference League this year. Italian sources claim that Chiesa was placed on the transfer list for €60 million after the old lady's 10-point reduction due to financial mismanagement, with Liverpool among the suitors. Premier League rivals Arsenal and Manchester United have also joined Jürgen Klopp's club. And both are pushing for a deal for the 25-year-old who has 2 years left on his current deal in Turin. Liverpool already have a wealth of offensive ability and the priority is mostly in the defence and midfield divisions. But Chiesa is a long-term goal and could complete Anfield's front line in the future. The Reds are understandably going through a transitional phase right now. There was a breakout this summer with the sale of elite attacker Sadio Mane a year ago. Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez and Cody Gakpo have all arrived in the last 18 months, and despite the team's lackluster troubles, there were exciting displays that the cogs that came together last year failed to qualify for the Champions League. Next season, Klopp and his friends must get the recipe right. It has to create a championship fight and compete for the Europa League trophy. As such, Chiesa could be an excellent player to strengthen the right flank and give Mohamed Salah some respite. Especially considering that the Egyptian star will leave a chasm as he leaves mid-season for the African Cup of Nations. Chiesa can fill this gap. As hailed by Dave Ockop, the £153,000 a week ace, a fleet-footed wizard with a bit of creative knack, has survived a major injury this year. He scored 4 goals and 6 assists from just 9 starts in all competitions. The end of the season highlighted his return to full-on form with a purple patch. According to FBref, the player, who has performed 41 times in the international arena, is among the top 4% of offensive midfielders and wingers in terms of assists in Europe's top 5 leagues over the past year. It also ranks among the top 15% for progressive carryovers and the top 16% for successful transfers per game. Naples' Georgian sensational player draws parallels in his Kvaratskhelia with one of the hottest products of the recently ended era. A Serie A mage, Kvaratskhelia was heralded as magical by Fabrizio Romano and was instrumental in Napoli's campaign that won the Scudetto after signing a bargain for €10 million last summer. He scored 14 goals and made 17 assists in all competitions. The 22-year-old also stands out for his barrel runs, placing in the top 6% for progressive carry and top 5% for successful starts per game. Undoubtedly one of Europe's most coveted talents. Considering Chiesa is also unstoppable, as praised by Gianluigi Buffon, Liverpool could add a definite dimension to their offensive line with one move.